We're in Lourdes. Track walk, up pretty early, checking it out, so it's good. Yeah, so far it's kind of the same as what I remember in 2017, so maybe there's some changes lower down, but yeah, it's good to check it out and kind of scout some lines. But yeah, it looks pretty much the same. The rocks are really slick when it's wet, even in like the morning dew, they get really slippery. They're all like really smooth and yeah, pretty sketchy. Yeah, there's a couple rock rolls and then like a little flat section here, and then we're kind of in the steep section now, the first like real steep section. So yeah, so far it looks good.
Well, it's taped really tight, and I love it. It's not as scary, as going straight and it's fully open. So it's I think it's gonna be a bit slower than how it used to be, but more technical. So well, I didn't ride last World Cup, but the rocks here, you cannot find this anywhere. It's like so slippery. And it was muddy, and this section was gnarly. It's still going to be tricky here, but hopefully it stays dry.
You never raced here before?
No, never. It's the first time, so I'm excited to see a new track and learn a new track and how it is. I think last time it was raining for the top guys. So yeah, I remember this time, and yeah, excited to ride.
Just flying over the rocks is the best solution, but will be, I think, sketchy because it's rocks are super slippery here, so it's hard to set up in the right line. So yeah, if you can ride over the rocks, it's the best solution.
I feel like the track's gonna catch some people out because it looks like the track goes this way.
Yeah, I feel like it used to be way more of a rut.
So now
the turn is not as sick.
But I think it's gonna bed in really quickly. This section last time was a little bit more bedded in than it is now. And it was really fast, and these corners were really sick. And then as you come into the wall here, it's a bit of an eye-opener because you're carrying a lot of speed, and then you have to slow right down so that you're not gonna just send yourself off the wall. So I'm excited for this to bed in because this section of track's awesome.
This one was pretty gnarly, like one of the famous sections that was taking a lot of people out. Oh! Pretty blind enter, and then to a super raft, and to a sick berm at the end.
Oh my god.
Coming into this section when you're racing is super scary because you want to obviously come faster, but you pretty much jump into something blind and something scary. But that upper section all the way until here is pretty insane. After you have a pretty easy transition section, and then it's sick again. But we already saw a lot of hard things to do, and it's scary.
So we're here at the first World Cup in Lourdes, France, end of March. It's not raining yet, so no snow. Looks good, huh?
Have you've never ridden here before?
No, I was too young for 2017 World Cup, so it's my first time here. Oh yeah, I watched the World Cup from home, and I remember how gnarly the last race was here. I hope it looks a bit better for us this year. So far it looks pretty cool, like a bit technical. I really like it when you have to think about your lines and when it's not just flat out because you have to think about it. So, no, I'm a big fan of that, so we'll see.
We're not quite halfway down, but it looks good. I'm really impressed. It's the same as what it was like in 17, I think we were last here. This section was super fast, I remember, because you came in on a different way, and then it was just really fast along here.
Yeah!
Could be a little bit slower now because we've got like an off-camber set up in here maybe, or outside, we'll see. But up to now it's exactly the same, give or take.
Pretty much the same. Couple of new sections, but a lot of the same stuff that we raced in has filled in and looks a bit easier. But saying that now, come race day, it's definitely not going to be easy. But yeah, I mean, it's good to be here. We're here in March and the sun's out. It's pretty warm too, so I'm definitely not complaining.
Yeah, they've mixed it up a bit. It kind of follows a similar path to what it did, but
I think it's cool, you know. I think they've made it creative in times. I mean, we're just looking at the section above where there's clearly two big lines, which, you know, who knows which is going to be quicker.
Yeah, track's looking pretty dope. Kind of got a lot of everything. So we got some tight stuff up top, a little more rock up top, and then yeah, it opens up here. It looks like it goes pretty straight in the section we're at, but yeah, stoked. Yeah, I think there's definitely a good side of, you know, being fresh to the track, new eyes, and Greg's definitely been here a couple times. So yeah, he's kind of given me some stuff that they used to do in the past, and yeah, it's an even playing field for the whole junior squad. So should be a good race.
Track is pretty similar than 2017. Some new part and some technical part. Yeah, for sure. This part is pretty similar than 2017, and yeah, I remember that was really fast and rough as well. The braking part here, that's really hard for the body at the end of the track.
This stuff's held up really well. It's got a lot of moisture, real hard pack, so I think this lower half's going to be really fast. Fresh stuff's going to dig up well, so it's going to have a good mix of everything. Good racetrack.
Charlie Harrison, tell me about this section behind you.
It's definitely the crowd pleaser, one of them. Next to the, other than the wall, I would say people love watching this because you see some solid stem kisses going on. But yeah, it'll be interesting this year. I feel like the last time we raced here, the pole was a bit farther over to the left, so you were kind of able to slot it a little bit. Now this year, the way they taped it, you pretty much have to just send to flat off of it.
So tell me about your two umbrella setup.
So basically, I was probably the first one to walk with sticks, but I was like ashamed. So I was like, I'm gonna grab two umbrellas and pretend it's for the weather. But then so many times, like it actually happened where it's raining, and I'm like, can give one to someone, you know, and I'm the good guy. So.
Can you tell me what this section was like at the last race here?
It was gnarly. Like everyone was like either going a little bit like that or wild. It was slippery, like you can't tell, but it's a lot of rocks everywhere, and the crowd was insane down there because it's close to the finish. So it's probably the sickest part.
I did enjoy this last section more in 2017 when it was a bit of fighting a bit off camber all the way through. I think you had to sneak through those rocks and then slay this turn and then you get out. It was a bit more natural, but they've definitely made it into a man-made supercross track now. That's it from here in Lourdes. The track is looking sick, lines everywhere, and it's going to be a good race come Sunday.